we're always told, right, to pray, right? But then nobody really talks about the how hard it is, getting into prayer in the first place. Nobody really talks about how hard that initial step of getting into prayer actually is. Like for some people, not everybody, right? Because like I don't know about others, but for me sometimes, but not I think I would say for me some time back, maybe not anymore. Some time back, I would say getting into the place of prayer. I want to pray. I just feel like ah I need to pray. But then it's like that scripture that says the spirit is willing but the flesh is weak. This one, the flesh is actually very weak, right? I'm like that moment where you're just like I need to pray. You need to pray, right? Your spirit tells you you need to pray. You need to pray. But then you're just like how do I even start? How do I even start? How do I even open my mouth to pray? Right? The Bible tells us the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. Right? But one simple trick, right? One simple trick into this prayer thing is it's just like love making. Oh God, I just said it. Yes, it's just like love making, right? You know, um, for those that are married, they will tell us, right? They will tell us that for a husband and a wife, right? If let's say the husband plans, they plan to make love, right, in the night, right? Pastor Quincy will say like this. He said the love making starts in the morning, not when you want to make love. Right. So it starts in the morning. It starts from the things you say to your wife, throughout the day. It starts from the way you act to your wife throughout the day, right? And that just sinks into my head and just be like, So the one reason why we find it hard to enter the place of prayer sometimes, but not for everybody, obviously, there are levels to this thing. But the one reason why most people find it hard to enter the place of prayer is because, you know, I put it like this, I'll say throughout the day, you've occupied your mind, you've occupied your head, you've occupied your spirit with everything that is not God. You've occupied your mind, you've occupied your brain, with everything that is not God, be it secular music, be it worldly songs, be it arguments, be it worries, be it whatever it is, you've occupied yourself, like let me say you've spent your entire day, right, doing you and not like being having that God consciousness in you, right? Because this Christianity thing is a conscious walk. Like you are conscious of it, like every minute of the day you are conscious of it, right? But like it's like you spend your entire day, right, not having that consciousness. You spend the entire day, doing things that are not edifying to the spirit, and then suddenly you want to pray, right? Like you can't just go from 0 to 100 immediately. You get what I'm saying? So that is the one reason why many people find it hard to pray most times. That's when you've occupied your spirit, you fed your spirit with things that do not edify it. You know what I'm saying? So when it's time to pray, your spirit just finds it hard to or rather to, how do I put it? The flesh is more has been fed more than the spirit. So you understand what I'm saying? So yeah, so work on that. So you can do things like you can try listening to gospel music. Not try, you should listen to gospel music. Listen to gospel music, throughout the day. If you know, not even if you know, we should pray every day, right? So you listen to gospel music, you do things that you engage in things that build your spirit and not things that strengthen the flesh.